They said gray paved the way, chased the rain, released the pain. Least you sane, getting paid, trend setting, brighter days, doper raps, tighter sets, high and deadly, I'm a fighter jet, journey.
Good, ladies and gentlemen, it's the OG Boniqua Dandada, aka Chef. I'm here with the Continental Delight, aka Mr. Muffins Martinez. First and foremost, like, subscribe, share, all that good shit. We got 803. We're 197 away from what we've been trying to hit for a while. Salute to everybody that's been paying attention to our wrestling, our sports stuff, whatever you like. This is what we do for. Before he goes into what he wants to talk about, the only wrestling thing that I know that has happened at all is I got to see Chris Bay walk into, I don't know what the promotion was, what indie company, but it's an emotional day. He walked in, a lot of people gave him his love because this is a character that has had an injury where we thought he might not ever walk again. So he's walking, you know, if this is all we get and he has a healthy life going forward, because that's a hellacious injury, I'm okay to accept that in any kind of role he could give back into this industry, because scary injury, and to see him walk again, that was a beautiful thing. If you're a Chris Bay fan or not, he's a human being. So salute to Chris Bay.
Well, Chef, you know, jumping on that, this is one of the topics I wanted to talk about, but I have saved it as the third topic. But you got it right.
Oh,
now,
my bad.
So, that's fine. We could start the show with that. Like you mentioned, Chris Bay, last night they had another one of many to come benefit shows for Chris Bay. This is FSW from Las Vegas. It's Future Stars of Wrestling.
Okay.
Company's been, I want to say, for 20 years or more out of Vegas, Nevada. So a lot of our people are there. Our girl, Gypsy Mac, she just became the women's champion a couple of months ago. Our homie, Danny Limelight, he's from there. So they have a lot of guys and girls who've been busting their asses there from Vegas. Chris Bay, a humongous part of Future Stars of Wrestling down there. Now, people don't remember or don't know, he was injured, regular move. Now, I want to say back in December or November, or December or January, right? Regular move, and he went down.
Of last year, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so it was November or December, one of the tapings. He went down, and unfortunately, they stopped the match. And we didn't know. We were not aware of how bad it was. So, you know, a month, 2 months later passed by, and then he comes out, he stands up from a chair, walking, and then we start finding out that he was actually paralyzed for like 2 months, 3 months before his body finally waking up and doing things that we take for granted. You know, walking, moving around, brushing your teeth, you know, stuff like that. So it went from a regular move to a scary move to a near-death experience injury to what may be a career-ending injury. Now, my question is this, Jeff, and you, like I said, I know I trust you with this because you know more wrestling about this than I do. So my question is, the injury happened in a TNA ring under Anthem Sports. Why isn't Anthem or TNA taking care of Chris Bay, and they're having all these benefit shows and all these GoFundMe pages and all this, you buy this merchandise, 100% proceedings go to Chris Bay and stuff. Why isn't no? I don't know. I'm just asking. I don't know if TNA is doing something. I don't know if Anthem is doing something. But if it happened in your ring and you're the top and you're number 3 company in the United States, shouldn't you be taking care of what happened in your ring with this man? Because I'm pretty sure WWE will take care of his guys. AEW does the same thing. And I'm sure that, you know, if you're independent, you're on your own. But it happened in your ring. you're top 3 United States or whatever, you have money. Why aren't you taking care of this man's needs and telling him, yo, dude, don't worry about it. We're taking care of this from now till whenever you need to be. Don't worry about this. That's the last thing you're gonna have to worry about. I mean, can you shine for people that don't know much about the wrestling business? Because I really don't know the outs in it, and I know you have more info because you have more friends behind the scenes than I do. So
yeah. So this kind of surprised me when I heard that, because it exactly to what you said. If he had got hurt on an independent show, that's not Impact's problem. We pay you to be here. He's an Impact signed roster guy. He's not a paid by appearance guy. So you're supposed to take care of this guy. I don't care what the length of the injury or how bad the injury is. He got hurt in your house under your roof. You have to take care of this guy. He's your roster. Like he signed to your company. You're supposed to take care of this. If we don't know, I mean, I should have asked somebody. I could have got an answer, but like, if Impact paid for this guy's stuff, why would he need a GoFundMe? Unless the GoFundMe is to pay his his apartment or house, whatever he has, until he gets back on his feet and he can do whatever he's got to do, then I get that. Like, I wish information was out, but it just feels like with the T-shirts, with the shows, with anything that's going back to him is for him. I hope we're wrong. I hope Impact is taking care of the medical, and all the fundraiser stuff is to help with his everyday, getting to his appointments and everything else. Hopefully that's it. But if we find out Impact did not take care of that medical bill, that's crazy to me. That'd be a company that I would sit back and go, I can't work there. Because I'm going to put my ass on the line and you're not going to take care of me? Nah. And he's, like I said, he's a TNA guy. It's not like he's a independent guy looking for a shot, gets hurt, and whatever. But it's a scary thing. Like I said, I hope MLW. I hope Impact Wrestling TNA is taking care of the medical, and everything else is taking care of the everyday needs, like the phone bills and food and everything else. Hopefully that's what we're looking for.
In that part, I do understand that part, and you're right. Thank you for saying that, because I didn't even think about that. So yeah, I see that, and if that's the case, then that's fine. I respect that, because yes, we're taking care of you, of your medical needs, appointments and stuff. Everyday needs, your cell phone, that's on you. That part I understand. I understand that, yes. But like you said, hopefully, next week you could find out and we can have an answer, and tell the fans, oh, by the way, this is what's going on with you.
I'll have somebody dig into some shit.
Yeah, because like I said, it happened in the TNA ring during a TNA show.
Yeah,
and doing stuff like that, and it's kind of disheartening if you find out it happened there and they're not even lifting a finger to do anything. I know I saw that they did like something with a T-shirt. They were the first ones that started doing stuff for them when it happened. And, all the shirts for him, benefits, everything goes to him. But like if you said, if they're not picking up the bill, dude, I will lose whatever little respect I have left for Impact Wrestling or Anthem, whoever is in charge of everything there. Whatever little respect I have for that company, I will lose it, and I will say, something. And I'm pretty sure they are, because I'm pretty sure a lot of the wrestlers who work there, if find out that they're not, they'll probably walk, or they'll start saying something dude, come on now. I mean, I can't be associated with you guys if this happened here in your own backyard, in our own ring, and you're not flipping the bill for this man. I do not want to be associated with you guys. We're going to cancel you asses. A good show, Chef, you and I are going to go right to Twitter. We're going to cancel TNA. We're going to have them canceled for being cheap bastards. So that happened last night. I mean, it's an amazing thing that the wrestling community and the wrestling world, the wrestling fans are coming to and doing stuff for Chris Bebe, which I like to call him Chris Bebe. I mean, an amazing young athlete, dude, man. I mean, this guy has put on classics on himself, matches against Alex Hammerstone down in FSW, against Danny Limelight, matches together with Ace Austin as ABC and part of the Bullet Club that they've done out there and also in TNA. So, I mean, if this is the last hurrah for Chris Bay, I wish him all the luck, and I wish him recovery, that he's able to recover 100%, to be able to do his own things on his own, not necessarily having to come back to wrestling, but that he's 100% to do things on his own, drive, go here, do this, do that. And unfortunately not wrestle anymore, that's fine. I'll trade that anytime for that. For him being 100% clear. You never know what happens in 10 years from now. He's recovered. 10 years from now, he'll come back like Edge. Surprise us with the music. He comes like Chris Bay, 100% cure, and he's out there kicking somebody's ass. Like, oh, Chris Bay is back. And I'm hoping we see that, 10 years from now. But we saw him walk into the ring last night, and, for being, he's in rough shape, but he's doing good. And from what we see, it's going to be a long recovery. Long recovery down the line. And, and now us as fans, it's time to, he's not my favorite wrestler. I don't like him that much, but shit, he's a wrestler. This is the time that we need to start. $20. Hey, buy a t-shirt. Hey, I love Chris Bay. I'll buy a t-shirt. I already want the shirt. Once it comes in, I'll have it on for one of those shows so you can see the shirt that I got. So,
see, that's where I had did a podcast, and I ended it because through getting into combat sports, you always see someone gets knocked out or someone loses. The first thing they say is they suck, right? This person sucks. This person's that. And I had to remind people with these, let's just say wrestling, combat sports, doesn't matter. When you're a boxer or an MMA fighter, you're training for months for one fight, right? Months. You're putting all your blood, sweat, and tears in for this one fight. If you get knocked out in 3 seconds or it's a draw, you put all this time in. With wrestling, these guys train more than they wrestle. It's like football. Football, you practice more than you play. These guys put a lot of fucking time in. We don't have to be fans of everybody, but this is the industry we cover. And if one of the people in this industry get hurt, that's not a scumbag that, don't got no domestic violence or nothing like that. We got to show these people love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So of course we want to see the brother get back on his feet, hopefully wrestle again. If not, I don't care. I'd like to see him in some kind of backstage role in the industry where, he can still be in the industry he loves.
Like when they did with Magnum TA, when he came back from his accident and they knew he wasn't going to wrestle anymore, but he loved the business. They had him do the backstage stuff. He was doing the announcing, and they knew he was done wrestling wise, but they knew his voice was still an important part of wrestling. Once a wrestler, always a wrestler. It's like, riding up. It's like when you ride a bike for the first time in 20 years, you never forget how to ride a bike. It's like riding a bike. That will tell you. It's like riding a bike. You got to get up. You're gonna fall once. You're gonna slip, but it's like riding a bike. You just go out there and you keep doing it, and it's gonna be in your blood forever, bro. It's not gonna stop. So from here at Urban Wrestling Network, we wish Chris Bebe every good luck in the world, recovery wise, and we hope to see you back in the ring in any type of capacity down the line, man.
Yep.
So with that said, Saturday night, we moved to Mexico, AAA Wrestling, and they have Reyes de Reyes down from Mexico. Our boy, Jeff Jarrett, once again came out sporting the AAA tag team belts with Sam Adonis. He came out once again with a bag, throwing out the tortillas to the crowd.
You don't care.
get the heel heat again. The main event, so your boy, the worst export out of Mexico, Alberto Del Rey, or Alberto El Patron,
Isn't
whatever
he
his
suspended again? Didn't he get
well,
suspended?
well, let me finish this thing here, and then I'll go
My
into the
bad.
story. Yeah, so basically, yeah, he beat Elijo de Vikingo to retain the Mega Championship AAA. Now, yes, he was suspended for six months, which I'm still trying to figure out. If you were suspended for 6 months, how were you able to wrestle last night and defend your title? So I'm still trying to figure that out as to how the suspension was. I guess, yeah, people were throwing in one of the shows, people were throwing stuff into the ring, coins, stuff like that, and all this shit. He got into argument with people in the crowds. I guess a chair was moved, and he threw the chair back towards that same place where they came, and it hit a lady. It hit a fan.
Oh,
So yeah. So don't know if that's part of some kind of something going on, but yeah. Supposedly he was suspended for 6 months, but once again, how did you get suspended and you're able to defend your title
right.
and not lose your title?
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking, okay, he's gonna lose his title because he's gonna be gone for 6 months. No, he still wins the title and he's still the champion. So yeah. So, but the biggest shocker of the night was when the lights went out and the AC/DC song came out, and our good friend El Vampiro, as we know him from WCW days, the vampire El Vampiro, who was one hell of a wrestler back then with his antics, the shit that he used to do against Sting back in WCW, crazy shit. He's still out there. The man speaks Spanish fluently. He said that within the darkness, no matter how dark it gets, there's always a glimmer of hope, and there's always the light always shines. It doesn't matter when it's dark. There's always different universes that will shine through. The lights went out again. He motioned to the camera. There's a casket on the side. The Michael Jackson song comes out for Thriller, and I'm going like, no, it can't be. It can't be. The casket open, and here comes La Parca, the new and improved La Parca. This is La Parca number 3. So now I'm gonna put my story hat on and give you a little behind as, hold up, is that the original La Parca or that's a different La Parca? Well, folks, if you want to know, that's La Parca number 3. The original La Parca is the name is Adolfo Tapia Ibarra, which is the original La Parca. And the story goes like this: back in our days, when we're in lesbian 2000s, but late 90s, WCW started bringing all the Mexicans from Mexico, thanks to Eddie Guerrero and Conan. You had Eddie Guerrero, you had Conan the Barbarian. At that time, was named as Conan the Barbarian. And then you saw Rey Mysterio, you saw Psychosis, you saw
Guerrero.
Guerrero was Movie Jukes, and all the different other guys coming in, and they took over for WCW. That was the cruiserweight division was not touched by no other promotion in wrestling. Cruiserweight was everything. That was the lightweight division. Cruiserweight, WWF tried it, couldn't do it. People tried it, they couldn't do it because they had every Mexican you could think of come out. There was one guy who was missing, and that was La Parca.
Billy Kidman. Oh, I thought you would say because Billy Kidman was nice too.
Yeah, no, but bro, he didn't come from Mexico though.
No, you're right. My bad.
Yeah, Billy Kidman is white. You're right. He's American, bro. Come on now.
Yeah. You're right.
Unless they call him something else in Mexico, but I don't remember him wrestling in Mexico like that. But one guy stayed behind, meaning La Parca stayed behind because he was loyal to the president of AAA back then. And we're talking about late 90s now. So now La Parca became the biggest star in Mexico history of AAA because he was the last one left of all the Mexican guys with the masks. All the guys left to WCW, get that payday, go out there. I'm staying. I'm loyal. Chef, I'm loyal. I'm staying with you, bro. I'm staying with you. I'm not leaving. Now La Parca is wrestling every day, twice on Saturdays, 3 times on Sundays. At times. 1, 4, and 7 o'clock on Sundays. From the same arena that. So now, Chef, I'm loyal. I'll stay behind. I need a race. And you tell me yes.
Yep.
Money's coming in. We'll sit down. We'll talk. Months pass by. Yo, Chef, I need a race. I stay loyal to you, bro. Everybody left. I'm still here. You know something? Yes, you are right. Money's coming in. I'm gonna do you this solid. I'm gonna meet you at this place at this time after the show. Come over. As for me, and we'll settle everything right there and then. Fine. La Parca goes to meet the owner of AAA at this location that he told them to. Look, he gets there, he has the place. Hey, I'm here to see so and so and so. The guy goes, yeah, okay, I'm gonna tell you here. You want something to eat? He goes, yeah. All right, I'm gonna get you something to eat, no problem. Half hour passes by. La Parca is still waiting for the owner of AAA. He says, yeah, I'm gonna go get him for you. He comes back. He's coming out in a minute. Oh, by the way, here's the stuff that you ordered. He has 3 boxes of pizza. He has some other food, and he has a 2-liter. All right. 5 more minutes. Nobody comes out. And then he asked the guy again, yo, where's the guy? I'm here waiting. Oh, by the way, he told me to tell you, this is what you're worth to him. The 3 boxes of pizza, the food, and the 2-liter that he just gave him. He told me to tell you that this is what you are worth to him. You work for him, and you're going to take what you're going to take. This is for you. Right there and then, La Parca quit, and he went and called Conan, Rey Mysterio, and says, hey, give me a job. This dude just booked. I'm coming home to WCW. The rest is history. Now La Parca leaves AAA. The biggest draw in the history of AAA just left, high and dry. Now he goes to WCW. Now what people forget is AAA, La Parca's image belongs to them. Their intellectual property, the mask, the name, the outfit belongs to AAA. You can leave.
Wow.
Now you breach your contract. But hey, you can leave, but don't forget, this belongs to me here. So now, La Parca in United States, which is the Adolfo guy, has to change now his La Parca name to L.A. Park.
Yep.
La Parca. Drop the A, L.A. Park. So now La Parca, the original La Parca, now is goes by L.A. Park, which he still goes by L.A. Park to this day, because he could get sued by AAA for having used the La Parca image and everything else. Now we know he has the son, El Hijo de La Parca, and La Parca, L.A. Park Jr., El Hijo de L.A. Park. So we know that he's still alive. So the new guy that they got after he left was named Jesus Alfonso Huerta. He becomes the new La Parca. They're in Mexico now in AAA. Everything is good. Everything is good. 2001, WCW goes out of business. So now you have LA Park going back to Mexico, wrestling now for CMLL, which is AAA competition. Oh shit, here we go. Now AAA is saying, hold on, you can't be in Mexico. We own this. He goes, no, because I changed my name and I'm using different color schemes of the outfit. Instead of being straight black and white, he's using like the red bones, like the gold bones, and different color bones. So they finally come to this agreement. We're going to have the match of the century of the world. We're going to have the original LA Park, or original La Parca, LA Park, go up against La Parca from AAA. And we're going to build it the match for the name of La Porca. So they have this sold out show in AAA. Boom, they have this thing go crazy. Now the match ends up in a draw, count out. There's chaos everywhere. Nobody knows what's going on because the president of AAA got in. He tried to screw everybody. He didn't want the name to leave. So now they go to court. Now in court,
oh shit,
real court down to the municipal and Mexico court, the head courts, they agree. Nobody won. This was all, we are not going to give it to anybody. Nobody won. So now the judge said, you're able to work in Mexico as LA Park. You got that. And you La Parca, you could do that and you could stay in AAA, do whatever the hell you guys want. It's nobody won. So that's how it happened. Now, in 2019, La Parca number 2, which is the now guy in AAA, had an accident. There was a botch in a match in 2019, and he became paralyzed from the botch. Oh. So now he passed away in 2020. So now, for the last 5 years, there hasn't been no La Parca in Mexico or AAA since, which is since last night, the beginning, the resurrection of we need something going on. La Parca was our biggest period of wrestling. Kids love La Parca. Everybody loves La Parca. We need a new guy. So now they went and got a new kid from some wrestling that I never heard before down in Mexico, from Alvarado Dynasty. His name is El Brazo de Oro Jr., which means the Golden Arm Jr., was his moniker before. And I guess now he got signed, he got hired. Hey, we like you, we like your style. How would you like to be the new La Parca? And as of last night, we seen La Parca number 3, which is going to go by La Parca because it's AAA, as the original La Parca, even though we know us older people know the story, but for the kids going forward, that's La Parca. There's no number 3, there's no shit, there's La Parca. The black and white guy in the thing doing the same moves like the original LA Park, and then La Parca number 2 was doing. Now he'll probably use the same song and probably integrate some new dance moves like he was doing last night. We might see some of this. We might see the what they call that you brush your teeth with the thing in your teeth.
The floors.
You could do the floors. You never knew you could do all the kind of bullshit now to entice the new kids, going forward. So, let me take a breath because that was a long ass story. So now,
all right,
there's a new La Parca in Mexico, La Parca number 3.
All right,
and if anybody wants to say called bullshit on the story about the pizza, true story, and the reason why I know is because LA Park was in an interview in Mexico, and I watched a late night on one of the Latino stations, and he told the story 2 different times because I've seen it 2 different times, where he said word for word of what happened, and the president giving him the pizza with the 2-liter, saying, "This is how much I think you're worth to me. You're worth 3 boxes of large pizzas and a 2-liter." So
all right. Let me tag in so you can get a breath of fresh air real quick.
Boy, that was a long story, bro. Holy shit. I'm out of air.
I appreciate that.
I'm fat and I'm out of air right now, brother. Oh, Lord.
I love stories. I love history. I didn't know the story. I didn't know the 3 pizzas and the 2 liters. I didn't know that. I knew that there were different La Parcas. Yes. But let me start with the first. Jeff Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett still is at a high level, even though he's older. Jeff Jarrett.
Every time he does that shit, I'll be dying laughing. Every time he does that, I die laughing.
I say this a million times over. one of the illest minds I've ever got to have a sit-down conversation with Jeff Jarrett when it comes to the business, right? Like, unbelievable guy, incredible the way he was able to. I asked him a few questions, literally sitting at dinner, and the way he broke it down, and if I say something to you and you say it back to me, we kind of go off. Yep. When he answered it, he then answered it again. So I didn't even get to ask a second question because he said in 3 to 6 months, this is where I need this story to be. So I know I got to hit here, and it's got to hit here in a short time. So I got to do this. He said, in that time, if we see this working, I could try to take an angle, swing this here to move this here, get this guy versus this. And I was like, off of a random question, he had a long-term explanation. I was like, incredible. What he told me about when he had TNA, that's when it was GFW Impact Wrestling. He was talking about the old TNA. Incredible. I always very appreciative of his time. The way he knows how to work crowd. Listen, Jeff Jarrett might be throwing tacos and shit, but he's got the utmost respect for Mexico and luchadors. It's incredible the respect he has for the business and that culture. Anula Parker, when you sent me the Vampiro thing, I am a fan of Vampiro. Like back in the days, Vampiro to me, the movie where Brandon Lee died, The Crow, he kind of reminded me of the Crow character a little bit, right? Kind of with that dark gothic kind of thing. I know everybody remembers Sting with the thing that they took off with it, but Vampiro felt like a wrestling Crow to me, and I always was a fan. He was so different than what we were seeing in America, right? Like when we were growing up and watching wrestling, it was powerhouse wrestling. It was the big diesel guys, picking everybody up and power slams and jackknives and super clotheslines. And they took, which I never even knew about luchadors until freaking WCW, really. These guys flying all over the place. What is this shit, right? This is crazy. Just that little segment where you see he's just Vampiro sitting there, and the crowd is going crazy, and I'm like, you still got it, right? You're that guy.
Vampiro is loved in Mexico. I think that's the only white that everybody loves him in Mexico. Everybody knows who that guy is.
Listen, I think now we know Vampiro's a white guy, but he's like honorary Mexican, right? Oh, yeah. Like he's not Spanish. He's not a gringo. He's one of us kind of thing.
Yes.
So pointing over, casket there, music drop, all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute.
Yes.
What's going on right now? And this is what we say about the industry. It's very hard to get us to feel that because we've seen everything's redundant. But to see this play out like that, you're like, oh, this is fire. But they have to hit.
I got goosebumps. Because I haven't seen La Parca and AAA in years. And we know the guy, he wrestled in MLW. And I'm going hold up, that's not the same dude. Because we know the guy is like 58 years old. This dude's like pushing 200 pounds. He can barely get into the suit. But he's still doing shit at high level. And then went and got a young guy who's going to be there for the next 20, 30 years. As if nothing bad happens, no injuries and stuff like that, he's going to be there. AAA, they could put 7 La Parcas in different places because they own the IP. So it could be, it doesn't matter who is inside the suit or what the name is. It's the suit and what he represents to Mexico. They could have you, me, Alex in different locations. We represent in AAA. They don't care who is inside the suit. Just behave and do the mechanisms of La Parca to the kids. Do a couple of dances, do this and do that. Take some pictures for an hour. We just got paid for the day. I was La Parca for a day.
See, and the crazy part is we know this new La Parca, he's the guy, right? We know that this kid is the main focus of going forward. Can they use other ones? Yeah. But I've never heard of this kid, right? Never heard of him. And think about the honor that you're getting told you that you're from Mexico, born and raised, you're doing your thing. This is the culture you've always wanted to be in. Yes. You're in it now. You're coming up, and now you're the new icon of that suit. I mean, it's kind of like Batman.
It's an honor. It's an honor.
Yeah, but anyone
it's like they picked you to be the president of the United States, basically.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, like,
you know what I mean? Like,
you're the new guy here. This is you now.
And this is like when we go into like, obviously we talk like merchandise and stuff. Anyone that becomes a Batman, right? You're going to be in Walmarts. You're going to be in Targets.
Yes.
You're going to be everywhere. So from, oh my God, I can't remember the guy's name. The original from 1966.
What, Adam West?
Adam West. So you go from Adam West, Michael Keaton, Val Kilmer, all these guys up to Christian Bale and Robert Pattinson.
Who was after George Clooney was the guy who did the 3D, Christian Bale, right?
Christian Bale.
Okay. And then there was a new,
Robert Pattinson.
What's the actor's name? The real big one, with Jessica Lopez, Jennifer Lopez, Ben Affleck. Yes, you said that.
Oh, Ben Affleck. I forgot about Ben Affleck.
And then who's after Affleck is a new guy now?
Robert Pattinson.
I have not seen that movie yet.
Oh, it's fucking fire. Fire. My favorite Batman movie.
Are they using him again for a future movie, or are they bringing somebody else in now?
No. He signed in for the next 2 movies.
Okay.
So he's locked in. But when we talk about the suit, everything that comes behind it. So you're going to get all the merchandise. All the fan base that loves Batman now loves you, right?
Yep.
All the Mexican wrestling royalty is going to go, we like this. We love this. This kid is set. Do what you do. Keep rising, right? Like, I want to see more. I'm excited.
Like, don't do anything illegal. Don't kill anybody. Don't do anything stupid. Hey, you're going to be famous. You will get paid your ass off. And I'm pretty sure, I mean, they have to give him a sweet deal. Because, man, that kid now is going to be the most wanted wrestler in Mexico for the next year. The wrestler 2025.
No question.
He just came out now. That dude's going to be making appearances every day, 3-5 different places a day.
Yeah.
He'll go into a school for the wrestling thing. Yeah, he's the guy now.
Yep.
But you La Parca, you have to hold up to the La Parca image. So don't do anything stupid. So, yeah, so that was the La Parca story for La Parca 1, 2, and 3. And hopefully there's nobody else after this, boy, because I cannot do this story again when I'm in my mid-60s, pushing 70s. Chef, we're here. And if you remember 20 years ago, I gave you the story of La Parca 3. Well, there's a La Parca 4. Let me get my oxygen. I gotta get my oxygen. I gotta give you the story again, so give me 20 minutes. Yeah, so that's gonna be interesting. Now, one more big piece of wrestling news, and you're gonna like this one here. Former Baron Corbin. You remember Baron Corbin? He was released from WWE.
The Lone Wolf.
He's a Lone Wolf.
Yeah, the Lone Wolf.
Baron Corbin. Real name Tom Pestock that he goes by now. Well, he is a big jiu-jitsu fan. Humongous jiu-jitsu fan. He goes into tournaments. He always finishes in the top 3 in all these tournaments. Well, this past weekend, he won 2 jiu-jitsu gold medals. Because he goes under the name Nomad Bishop Dyer is his new wrestling name that he uses now.
Okay.
So he won 2 gold medals at the IBJJF Pan Jiu-Jitsu tournament. So he won 2 gold medals doing that. So my question to you, Chef, is how easy or how difficult is from going to wrestling and now focusing on one type of fighting style? And then how good do you have to be? How good do you have to be to win? I mean, even plays to get medals, but to win 2, not 1, but 2.
Incredible.
jiu-jitsu tournaments in a high, place of tournament, fighting.
Listen, I didn't even know he did jiu-jitsu. That's one. To win
That's
gold
what before,
back to
which I
back
was
like
not
that.
surprised. And oh shit, he does jiu-jitsu, and he had lost. This was years ago. I think he came in second. But to see this, I was like, oh wow, okay, 2 medals.
I mean, listen, he's back in his craft. He's back what he's doing, right? Because obviously he loves martial arts. I mean, to be honest, I don't know what they get paid. I mean, he just won 2 gold medals, but they're incredible. Now the thing is, I don't think it's hard if you stay in that kind of training atmosphere, right? Like, if you still did that and you trained the right way and you ate the right way, I don't think it's hard because it's muscle memory. You always know what you're doing. But I mean, it's crazy because you would think right now a guy like Baron Corbin, a lot of companies would be trying to make that investment call of, yo, we'd like you over here. And I don't know if he just did his jiu-jitsu thing to get his feet wet and see where he's at. But I mean, I'm pretty sure if he wants to, he could get into something like PFL, UFC, one of these big martial art companies where he could keep going and further his skill set. But damn, I mean, salute to Baron Corbin. Double gold like that is crazy.
Now, is that, because I don't know much about it, is that something happening? Is that more like fighting, or?
It's a lot of grappling.
Okay. So it's more grappling.
Jiu-jitsu is like a lot more grappling and body movement and tossing, and it's a lot more holds than like stand up or striking or anything else like that.
So miniature wrestling, amateur wrestling. I mean,
yeah, it's definitely that on a higher level though.
Any type of strikes or just
no? They do strikes. A lot of them are through they try to get positioning, right? Like they try to put you in positions where they know that they're more effective and they have the leverage at that point. Like it's definitely a higher level of wrestling, and they do throw a lot of short elbows, things like that, where they stay in the guard with you and they're controlling.
All right, so he's 2025 Pan Americans. So yeah. I mean, I was very, at the IBJJF Pan Jiu-Jitsu tournament. So, I mean, I saw that. I'm thinking to myself, damn it.
Those are legit.
Yeah, because he had the pictures with the gold medals and everything. I mean, I'm pretty sure this has to be there on the top of any of wrestling titles that he's ever won. Because, I mean, wrestling is wrestling, but this is more real life. In your own personal outside of wrestling, this is like I think this will be cherished more than any wrestling title. I think that he could have that at his house hanging out.
See, the thing is, and let's be honest here, this is not to shit on the industry we talk about, not at all. But him winning those 2 gold medals are on the merit of his legit skill set, right?
Yeah.
Winning a WWE title or insert whatever your favorite promotion is, you know who's winning before you go into that match, right? So it doesn't matter my skill set because it's predetermined who's going to beat me. Like Ronda Rousey, right? Let's just say Ronda Rousey. If you put Ronda Rousey, the only girl that could really compete with Ronda Rousey in a fight would be Shayna Baszler, right? Like she's the only one that's really about that. If you put her against fucking Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan, Charlotte Flair, Bianca, Ronda Rousey's killing them. But she'll take a loss because it fits the story, right? Yes. When you win championships that you've earned, it's better than predetermined shit. That's just my take.
Yeah. So, Mr. Corbin, dude, if I ever see you out there, please do not kick my ass.
Word up. I don't want to get thrown around.
If I say anything by mistake and I don't know it's you, let me know that it's you so I could get on my knees and apologize first. And I'll take the medals and I'll shine your medals. I'll spin shine them. I boost shine them. Whatever shine them, whatever. I just cannot take a beating. My body does not like pain. So yeah,
We're too old for that shit.
Yes, exactly,
We're too old
bro.
for that.
I think I'm 52. I sneeze now, and I'm already pulling and breaking something. So
you're holding the side like,
yeah, I'm like, oh shit. That's why I'm like, oh no, oh, what happened? I just pulled the muscle. Now, Jeff, do you have anything wrestling related you would like to bring up, or because that was my 3 little things that I had, because it was actually a slow wrestling week this week. So and
yeah,
the next
it's definitely a slow wrestling week
next week. So
yeah. Oh wait, when's that live?
Not this Saturday, the following next week.
Holy cow!
Well, hold up.
Okay.
I gotta look at the actual date. Actually, I don't even know if it's on Saturday. Honestly, I thought it was on April 5th.
I'm gonna have to set a reminder. You're gonna have to tell me because I gotta set a reminder on my phone so we don't forget. Like,
yeah, I gotta see because I believe it's on April. Shit,
I do got something I wanted to say real quick. So we heard about the unfortunate. You heard about homicide?
Yeah, that he retired.
Do you know why?
Yeah, something ear, brain, or something. I read something about it.
He has a tumor on his brain.
Okay. So, oh yeah, shit, I forgot about that. Yes, the show's April 5th. Yeah. It's the show, but yes, I forgot about the homicide retirement show. Yeah, so they had the main event, him and somebody else against Santana, somebody else tag team or whatever. He became victorious, and yes, thank you. I mean, you know more info about it that you could talk to us about it, or?
Nah, all I know is about the match. I've been trying to look into it. I've been trying to get video of it. I can't find no video.
Yeah. Maybe later when they'll drop it somewhere like a YouTube thing, maybe.
Yeah. Now we are pro homicide fans here.
Yes.
When we started watching TNA, he was an LAX original. So it's all love. I think he's from Brooklyn, New York, if I'm mistaken. I think it's Brooklyn. I don't think he's from the Bronx. But we love homicide, that Latino influence into Impact Wrestling, TNA, 1 in a Million. He did his thing in ROH. We've seen him in N.W.A. And let me tell you something. The one thing I respect is when people are who I thought they are. When I had met him outside the ring, I won't tell you where, but it was where a lot of Impact people hung out. And he was outside. I got to talk to him. We talked. We went back inside. I was like, you know what? I got to get a picture with all of LAX. Had my Puerto Rican flag. Got a picture inside this place with LAX while we were watching UFC. And salute to everyone that was there because they understood I breathe and cut from that same cloth as they are. And 100% what you see is what homicide really is. He's really about that. But he's ill enough to switch. Hold on, give me 1 second. He's ill enough to switch where little kids of different kind of anything else, ethnicity, he was able to smile, have fun with the kids. So he understood how to be everything. He understood my people from home and everywhere else from the burbs. I know how to chameleon it. So that's also what I'm saying.
Yeah, so yeah, he has they found a cyst in his brain.
A cyst, okay.
A cyst in his brain. He said the vision, speech are bad because of the hard hits, getting knocked out, and then hopping on a plane to travel and stuff like that. So that's the main reason why he's actually retiring. So he had the match. It was him and Bull James against Mike Santana and Alpha Jr. was the match that they had. I know he had a long speech. He thanked everybody. Of course, he finished it by saying F the New York Mets. Because I guess he's a Yankee fan. Yeah. So
die hard.
Yeah, die-hard Yankee fan. So he said F the New York Mets. He made sure that everybody knew that he said that. Yeah. He made sure. He made sure. He said that one last time. F the Mets, long live the Yankees. I hate both, so it don't matter.
But you're a fan. But you're a fan of homicide.
Of course, love man. Like you said, he was the originator. Him and Hernandez, when they came in with Shelly Martinez to 187, LAX. What? Shit. That was one of the best things ever, bro. All Puerto Ricans. That was the first time I seen, and I'm not even gonna lie, and I'm not even exaggerating. That was the first time I ever seen a Puerto Rican crew.
Yeah, except for Homicide. I mean, Hernandez. I think he's Mexican, right?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, Mexican. Yes, but you got Charlie Puerto Rican, and then but there was like the first time I seen a Latino crew like that. All Latinos, Hispanics, and then when they left and they did the American exchange with the Spider guy and Homicide for a while with the two girls, Sarita and Rosita. You know,
which
Angel,
was Tia Trinidad, right?
Dark Angel and Tia Trinidad were the two little girls there with the guy named Spider and Homicide, or was it Hernandez?
Yep.
Was it Hernandez or
Homicide?
It was Homicide.
I thought it was Homicide.
Okay, so they kept that going. Then that stopped, and then the big surprise 8 years ago when the boom 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 came out, and he comes Conan with Homicide again, and all of a sudden you saw the two guys or the three guys or the two guys and the girl come from the back.
Yep.
And 8 years later, we found out or at a time later, Santana Ortiz with Diamante, and unfortunately, that was the match. Not even a match, but that was the time where Diamante blew out her ACL doing that move, right? Doing that, or did she blew it on the tapings?
Nope, that move on that side.
That was when she blew out her knee. Okay, and then unfortunately, we never got to see Rio Diamante go 400% because she had blown out her knee, her ACL, and then she was out for like a year before she came back.
Yep.
So, and talking about pictures, that's when we met for the first time. It's anniversary 2017 because I got a picture with both Santana and Ortiz holding the GFW belt and the TNA belt, and then they gave me a picture that they all signed with Conan, and each of them signed the picture that I had. I found them yesterday. A couple of days. Oh shit! I found this.
I still got mine right over there.
2017. Everybody signed it. That was in Slammiversary 2017, and they were there, bro. Right from there, LAS to a die, baby. Hasta la muerte. Let's go.
All day.
Yes, sir. So, anything else wrestling related?
You know what? Not. I think we hit everything off the head. Like I said before, man, like, subscribe, share, all that good shit.
It was some live
wrestling. We talk all wrestling. We show love.
It was a light week for wrestling. So
it was, it was a light week. But you know what? We make the best of it. We talk our shit. Y'all got some story time. Hopefully we'll go live. Who knows when MLW does their shit?
Yeah, the 5th, Saturday the 5th.
We're always here.
The 5th.
Saturday the 5th. Okay, we give y'all content. This is what we do, man. We talk wrestling. We have fun while we do what we do. And once in a while, we sprinkle in some sports shit, you know? So for myself, the big homie, we out of here. Deuces. No more balloons.
Deuces.